If I had to start from scratch, no product, no audience, no traffic, and land 100 customers in 24 hours, this is exactly what I would do. Now, imagine this. 24 hours from now, you've got your first 100 customers. No product, no audience, no paid ads. Just strategy, execution, and the tools and framework that I'm going to show you in this video. Now, this is what we're calling the 100 in 24 system. It's a sprint-based launch playbook used by founders and freelancers to get real customers fast. And it's exactly what thousands of our customers have done to get real customers super quick. So if you're serious about validating your idea, landing real clients, and skipping months of trial and error, then keep watching this video because in the next 10 minutes, I'll give you everything you need to start a new business and find 100 customers in the next 24 hours. And if you want to follow along, I've dropped the exact tools and templates in the description of this video. So let's get to work. Now, step one is to find a market message match. Your first goal isn't building something cool, it's to solve a painful problem that someone is willing to pay for today. Now, I'll start by picking a niche that has two things. One, money. They can afford to pay you. And two, urgency. They have a problem that they need solved right now. Now, avoid vague ideas like helping entrepreneurs grow or boosting productivity. Instead, go super specific. Say something like, I'm helping SaaS startups book more demos, or helping B2B fintech teams reduce onboarding drop-off, or helping real estate agents close more listings with AI tools. Then ask yourself, would someone pay me today to solve this problem? Now, if you can name a company or a role within a company that would say yes, then you're on the right track. Now you're gonna write your hero offer. It's a one-liner that clearly states who you help, what you help them do, and what makes your approach unique. So an example here would be, we help B2B SaaS teams book 20 plus qualified demos per month using cold outreach. No paid ads, limited spots available. Key is clarity plus urgency plus a reason to act right now. And don't stress about making this perfect. In step 3, you'll get live feedback from real prospects. This is just the launchpad. So let's move on to step 2, where you're gonna set up your minimum viable presence. Now here, you're not really building a brand, you're just building trust at a glance. Now think of this as your minimum viable presence. Just enough credibility to turn interest into action. Start by grabbing a domain. A .com is ideal, but anything short, clean, and easy to say out loud will definitely be okay. Then you're gonna spin up a no-fluff landing page using something super simple like Card, Notion, Framer, or even TypeDream. Don't overthink it, just needs to be super simple. All you need are a few things on this landing page. You'll just need a punchy headline that promises a clear result. Again, example here would be, we help B2B SaaS teams book 20 plus sales calls per month without paid ads. You also need 1 or 2 quick credibility boosters. This could be a client logo, a testimonial, or even built by a former SDR, something that just gives a little bit of credibility here. And then you want a clear call to action, something like book a call, request access, or join the waitlist. Now, you're also going to want to set up a scheduling tool like Calendly or cal.com to easily schedule these sales calls. You're also going to want to set up a dedicated business email. Don't use a Gmail, just use something with your domain that you bought, and it could be as simple as just your first name at yourdomain.com. It goes a long way, trust me. Now, going back to the landing page, you're going to want a footer with your privacy policy, terms, and contact info. And that's it. Make this landing page super simple. So what you should have now is a landing page that looks trustworthy, collects leads, and converts interest into sales calls, all in under 60 minutes. So next, let's fill up that pipeline fast. We have the funnel to get people in, but now we just gotta find the people to put in the funnel. So let's build that pipeline next. Now, step 3 is to build your lead list. And I recommend just using Wiza for this because it's super simple, cost effective, and it works really well. Now, this is where most people stall, but with Wiza, you can skip weeks of lead gen grunt work and start filling your pipeline today. Now, Wiza gives you 2 powerful modes of prospecting. One is for laser targeted warm outreach, and one is for scaled campaigns. So let's talk about the hyper targeted warm outreach first. And this will be using the Chrome extension targeted high intent leads. So first, you're going to install the Wiza Chrome extension and then connect it to LinkedIn or Sales Navigator. Now, as you go on LinkedIn and you browse profiles or you search for specific people, you'll start to see this reveal contact info button on every profile. So now you can click this to pull real-time verified contact info, including including their job title, company size, the industry, and of course their email and phone number. Now, this is going to be ideal for building your first 150 to 200 warm leads. Now, this list will probably include people who viewed your profile, decision makers that you've engaged with before, and ideal customers at companies that you already know. So these leads should be pretty warm. They should probably already know you. Now, these are the ones that you're going to message manually. You can message them on LinkedIn, but you can get their contact info from Wiza, so you can email them and even phone or text them if you want. And the good thing about this is because they're warm and they've seen you on LinkedIn, they'll often convert the fastest, so they'll be your first customers. Now, once you've got your warm list going, it's time to scale up, and this is where Wiza Prospect comes in. Now, Wiza Prospect is a standalone dashboard in the Wiza app that mirrors pretty much 97% of LinkedIn's public profiles, but you don't even need a LinkedIn account to do this. You can just go into Wiza Prospect. You can filter by job title and seniority, right? You can find like head of RevOps, like very, very targeted titles. You could find company size, revenue or funding stage, skills, tech stack or keywords, geography and industry, and of course you can have exclusion rules to remove poor fit leads. Now, once you have your search filters dialed in, with just a few clicks, you can export up to 10,000 verified leads in one go. And you can even bypass LinkedIn's 2,500 export limit. Every contact is verified in real time to ensure 99% deliverability. This means that every email and every phone number you get is actually going to reach the right person. Once you have this list, you can either simply export this to a CSV file to open it up in a spreadsheet, or you can push this directly into a CRM like HubSpot, Salesforce, or Outreach. Now, the best part about Wiza is you can actually try it out for free. So click the link in the description to get your first 20 verified emails and 5 phone numbers at no cost. There's no credit card required to sign up, and it literally costs seconds to get started. So test it out, send your first messages, and upgrade only when you're ready to scale. Okay, so now that you have your lead list from Wiza, step 4 is to write your personalized outreach messages. Now, your outreach message should feel more like a DM, not a pitch deck. Start with something personal and then pivot to how you solve a problem for them. Okay, so here's a proven example that you can use as a starting point. Hey name, saw that you just hired 2 new SDRs. Congrats. I help sales teams book 20 plus demos a month using outbound. No ads needed. Want a quick idea that can help? It's super short, relevant, and focused on them. Use the data that you get from Wiza to personalize the opening line. And you should also create 2 to 3 different versions of your message and subject line, and then test what actually gets replies. And don't try to over-explain through email. Don't list any features, just get to the value super fast. Okay, next I'll show you how you can launch this outreach campaign at scale without manually hitting send. So step 5 is to launch and automate your outreach. Now it's time to hit volume. Upload your leads into a cold outreach platform like Outreach, Instantly, or SmartLead. Now there's actually a ton of different options here, and we actually have another video on this channel where we break down the best cold email tools, so you can watch that to find the best one for you. Now once you get that up and running, set up a multi-step sequence. Alternate between angles and rotate sending emails if needed. And by the way, you should be setting up a totally different domain for these outreach campaigns. Don't use the same domain that we used in the earlier step. Create a subdomain from that. It could be like email.yourdomain.com, and that will work just fine. And it's free to create all of these subdomains. Now, when it comes to these campaigns, you're going to start with a few thousand sends across a handful of different campaigns. Then you want to monitor your inbox. The second someone replies, respond immediately and book the call. This is where early traction happens. You want to use that scheduling link that we set up earlier so you can quickly get on a phone call with them. Now, you're not waiting for content, SEO, or referrals here. You're just getting in front of real buyers right now. Now, one founder that I worked with used this exact step to land their first $8,000 in contracts, all within just 3 days of outreach. So you're next. Okay, and now step 6 is to use your network and early customers. Do not underestimate your existing reach. Post on LinkedIn, DM 10 people you trust, email your past coworkers or clients, and instead of pitching them, just ask this. Hey, do you know anyone who's struggling with problem? Just insert whatever the problem is that you solve. If they know someone who's struggling, you can be there to help. Now, that simple question will turn your friends and past colleagues into a referral engine. Now, once you close your first client, over-deliver like crazy. Then ask for a testimonial, an intro to 2 more people that they trust, and a screenshot of your results. This will help you get way more clients. This is how your first 3 clients can easily turn into 15 or more. And that's how real momentum starts. Step 7 is to monitor results, iterate, and scale. You're not guessing here anymore. You're testing, you're using our outreach tools and your dashboard to track a few different things like your open rates, reply rates, call bookings, and of course, deals closed. Now you're gonna double down on what's actually working. If a message is flopping, rewrite it. If a niche is hot, double down. If a niche is not working, trash it. And if your CTA isn't converting, then just tweak your landing page and tweak all of the copy that you have. Now by doing this, you create an amazing flywheel. You create a list with Wiza, you message them, you book calls, you close, you learn, get testimonials, and repeat. And you just keep doing this over and over again. You've now got a repeatable system that scales. So here's a quick hour-by-hour breakdown for your first 24 hours. Between hours 1 and 2, you're gonna pick your niche, validate your offer, and build a simple landing page. Hours 3 and 4, you're gonna use the Wiza Chrome extension to extract up to 200 warm leads from LinkedIn. Now, between hours 5 and 6, you're gonna write 2 to 3 message variants and test different subject lines. Now, between hours 7 and 9, you're gonna launch your first campaign using Wiza Prospect and an email automation tool. Between hours 10 and 12, you're gonna be responding quickly, booking calls, and reaching out to your network. Between hours 13 to 24, just analyze replies, double down on traction, and build momentum. Now, you might be asking, what about B2C? I'm kind of talking about B2B offers here. Well, if you're in B2C, you can use this exact same system, but just use a different source for your leads. You can use Facebook groups, Reddit threads, Instagram DMs, and niche forums instead of using LinkedIn. But you can still use Wiza Prospect to find creators, solopreneurs, or local service providers for partnerships and collabs. You can also use the same outreach strategy to land your first influencer partnerships or referral channels. The format works even if the platform changes. Now, the bottom line here is that you don't need capital, an audience, or a product to find your first 100 customers. You just need a system. And this is the 124 system that we just covered that works when you execute it super fast. So just build your list, send the messages, book the calls, and close your first client. And with Wiza, this all becomes super simple. You skip all of the guesswork. You get verified contacts, personalized outreach, and CRM-ready lists in minutes. So in this next video, I'll show you exactly how I pulled over 10,000 verified leads in under 10 minutes. I'll show you the filters I use, how I structured the campaign, and what most people miss when they're exporting their list. Now, if you're serious about filling your pipeline now, then watch this video next. Have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video.